Hey, um, if you've been here before, you already know I suck at intros, so I'm not about to make any effort to really do one. So, yeah, we're gonna head into some, you know, game. I haven't played this game in a while. Yeah, we're just gonna say a while. I'm not really sure when the last time I played this game was. Oh wait, this is skirmish. Well, I guess I've already lost any hope of making friends in the skirmish game, so I might as well just go and get some aim in.
Much obliged.
Alright, found our game. That's good. Do you have any idea how far along in the development process the Destiny tabletop RPG is? It is coming along. We're gonna play this guy. I don't think I've played since he's released, but I saw some PTR gameplay. Alright, I am not sure when, okay, so that's that. That's the shield. That's the grapple. Okay, you just move around like that. Okay. And then B would be the ground pound. Okay, so, hold on. Oh, so you just gotta get to that altitude, alright. Okay. So, yeah, Destiny D&D, I'm just gonna call it that. It's it's being developed still, if that's what you're wondering. Like, I'm not really gonna say it's not ready, because it's like, I think that if somebody wanted to run a campaign, like, with the group of friends for it, they could do that right now. Like, it's in a good place, but it's not in a finished place. Do they have a bastion? I'm assuming they have a bastion. Am I gonna be able to get all the way around onto this Ana? Oh yeah, I forgot she had the trank. Just gonna roll up. Okay, how often does she get her trank? Because that doesn't seem like something that happened before. I don't want to be here anymore. You know, I'm just gonna leave. Okay, that's another trank she just missed. That's, oh, pain. I'm outie. There are still arrows in my little shell. Oh, I'm stuck. That's fun. Probably could have punished that really wide open Riptire a little bit better, but hey, first game up. Of course. I'm gonna go around here and I'm just gonna toss these out. Okay, Mercy. Okay. I'm beginning to see how that wasn't great, but we won the fight anyway, so it's okay. Alright. Good start. Okay. I'd assume that pros use this as an off tank. If anyone has any insight on like what it's meant to be used as, I'd love to hear it. 'Cause I have no idea. Oh yeah. Of course. I could have meleeed Anna and she would have died. Feels bad. I'm just gonna pull back.
Why is the payload stopped?
Okay, so both healers just walk past me. That's fun. Alright. Earlier you spoke about Destiny D&D. When, do you play regular D&D? Yes, I actually do. I very much enjoy it. Why? Okay. I was gonna try and, ult, but that just didn't work out. I got trapped. I am just... Okay, we're killing people. We're gonna go back to old faithful Roadhog. Cause as long as I didn't nerf him again, it should be fine. I should be good with Roadhog. Still. I'd assume you just LB the healers, then RB when you get weak. And the rest of it's literally just point and click, right? He's not gonna come around. Oh yeah, he was. What's your favorite class to play in D&D? Same as Destiny, Warlock, but I can go more in depth into that later.
We have no choice but to attack. Time is running out. Everyone heal up.
Come on, let me get there, let me get there. Okay, not really close shot point. My favorite class, like on its own, is Warlock, but I also really enjoy it's not really a custom class, but it's a multi-class character called I call it a Viking, where you take you go 10. I think you can either go 10 or 15 depending on personal preference. I've done of Barbarian, Berserker preferably, but anything works. And then you go the rest of the levels into War Domain of Cleric. Oh, I'm out of here. I tried to be out of there. But you see, slow. Oh, that was a nice play by the Meh. And then take War Cleric. And then you basically just go Berserk. Like, because you have like the spiritual weapons and the magical weapon. And you have all these spells that buff weapons or just make you better weapons. And they, like, I know magic weapon, I'm not sure if all spiritual weapon does, but in a magic weapon, it combos with your rage. So, it, like, you can, if you use the, like, what I prefer to do is you do in Berserker, because you know, levels of exhaustion and stuff, is annoying to deal with, but you really, like, if you are also part cleric, so as long as you're smart with how you play, like when you to use your frenzies and your reckless attacks and stuff, majority of the situation you'll be fine at regardless. I'm gonna stay right up. Yeah, we'll do this one. Like I really like to do like the two hand axes, and then you have, because if you miss, like if you just are rolling really low and you're missing swings, and then like, so barbarians after level 5 they have 2 attacks, right? So you have 2 chances, and then the enemy you're fighting's chances to refresh your rage timer. But if you, with dual wielding hand axes, you get the same DPS as a great axe or great sword, but at the same time you also have like, you can roll more time, so it keeps your rage up time better. Because the worst thing to do is have everything go awry and then you lose your rage mid-fight. And yeah, you can self-heal with Cleric and all that. So I really like to play that. I call it the Viking, because there is no true Viking class in D&D. But I mean, my favorite non-multi-class, oh, I'm off the map, is definitely Warlock. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. It might have not. Yeah, it made plenty of sense. What Warlock spec do you use? I like, I do a lot of different builds with Warlocks. I do Spell Sniper. I did Spell Sniper once, and I really liked it. It's where you you take Eldritch Blast, and then you take Eldritch Spear, and then the one, I think it might be Eldritch Spear, but there's a a cantrip that grants you like 300 feet on your Eldritch Blast range. Like, it just blanket... Okay, Torbjorn's going in. Nice job. It just blanket makes it 300 feet. And then with the Spell Sniper feat, which you take, or you could just play a human and get it when you start. So in your first evocation gives you 300 feet, and then it's doubled with the feat. You take... you've got... You're a back... Then you're in the back line. You're basically a peel sort of character. Like, when your cleric gets attacked, you are with... Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce this Genji out of here. Okay, what? That hook just interacted really weirdly with that Genji. Okay, thanks, Mercy. I screwed up that hook so bad. Alright, I'm down. This is kinda over. This, like, little fight. Alright. Because then you have 600 feet for your range on spells. Well, not just spells, but Eldritch Blast, which is, like... If you're picking all the... Like, if you're gonna pick the 300 feet range, you're doing... all the damage buffs, all that extra. And when you stack all that up, it's good because it also pushes people back like it's a Thunder Wave. Once like you have all the one of the invocations, which means you can basically just bounce people away from your whatever person's mainly healing, and then you stay with them because your strongest damage cantrip has damage. Not only is a cantrip, but also has 600 feet of range. And then eventually you're firing 2, even up to I think 4 with 1 attack. And then you have I'm just gonna go in on this one. Okay, I got the Zarya. Okay, and then he capitalized off the chaos. Okay, we're good. Alright. But yeah, basically the Warlock build, it's you're in the back line, but you still have top tier damage output. What patron and what pact? Patron, I don't really care. Like, I don't really think it matters. Whatever spell, like the whatever expanded spell list makes you like, tickles your fancy the best. Because like, for that build, it's not based around, you know, this, like, a certain patron, because the... Dang it. Because the ones I'm speaking about, they are... All those invocations are just... like, blanket ones for the entire Warlock. So you get them regardless. Didn't I just shut that Reaper down? I hate this Reaper so much. So yeah, I really like to do that. And then, if you're really into the roleplay aspect of it, I really like the one with the familiar. Pact of the Chain with what's it called? It's not Archfey and it's not the Fiend. It's Great Old One. Great Old. I really like to do a Great Old One Pact of the Chain in terms of roleplay, because you take the Pact of the Chain invocation that allows you to like drop to the ground, like transference from Warframe, essentially. Like that's basically how it works on principle. And then you can learn enlarge or reduce with Great Old One. I'm not gonna be able to get there in time. I'm too fat. Yeah, it feels bad. And then with Great Old One, you get the enlarge hunters. So you enlarge. Like for me, I've done a pseudo dragon. So like, let's say you're going up against kobolds and stuff, right? You enlarge your pseudo dragon. Use your invocation to become your now enlarged pseudo dragon. And because of the invocation, it also makes it to where it can now speak. So you now have this pseudo dragon that's now the size of a kobold, like on the upper. Like it's on the upper end of the kobold sizing, because it goes from tiny to small. And then you have it make it look like it stabbed you and is like betraying the party. And if you can get the rest of the people in your group to play along, like once I had like 20 kobolds like down on their knees, and they literally followed us around throughout the rest of the dungeon, and it was nutty. It was real fun.
Is without fault.
Okay, both those sound cool. As a beginner, what would you recommend? Beginner to what, D&D? Oh wow, complete miss. Okay. As a beginner, I would recommend Barbarian, Path of the Totem Bear. It's really simple. All you have to do is manage rage. You get into a tough fight, enter rage. Unless it's a mind flare, you're fine. Like you're resistant to it all. You have advantage on all your swings. You're good. So yeah, if you don't have anyone else playing Path of the Totem Bear, go for that. If you already have someone on it, I wouldn't see why there'd be a problem with duplicating it. But if you don't want to like duplicate character classes or something, try. I'm trying to think. I'd say Paladin, but you really there's not a lot you can do with Paladin from like, not necessarily like a combat standpoint, but from like a general gameplay standpoint, because like you are locked into being at the polar ends of the alignment spectrums, typically speaking. And if you're not, then it's whatever, but you have to do like what your god would do, like in the name of your god.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective.
you just can't really do a lot. Like, you have plenty of options, like, for how you play, but you pick one and then you're locked to it.
The objective is mine.
Come on, get Mercy. Oh, goodness. Oh, rip. I'm trying to think. What are you kind of looking for? Are you looking for like a supportive kind of class that like just helps out the people who know what they're doing? Are you looking for like a class where you can get in on the action and still have fun with it? Or are you looking for like a class where you're not like in the thick of it, but you're still like a combat class, like you do magic?
Take the point. Don't worry, I got it. I'll show them.
Oh, we're so close to one tick. Come on.
This objective has my name written all over it.
Oh wow, this is looking like a quick take.
Worry, I got it.
I'm just gonna get rid of all these mines. All right.
Zero. Switching sides. Prepare your defense.
Casting spells sounds fun. It is. It is. I would go for wizard, because with sorcerer, like the other classes you really have available to you in like the beginner's handbook are for just straight like spellcasting are warlock and sorcerer. And although warlock is my favorite, it doesn't use the same core system as the other two. Like, I'm gonna try and explain this best I can. So warlocks have universal spell slots. You have a number of spells you can use per day on all spellcasting classes. And how warlocks work is all power levels of spell pull from the same pool, which is a small amount of points. But then the others, they have a pool of like ability to cast spells for each level individually. Which means, like, let's say I have a level 1 spell and a level 5 spell on the warlock. I have 4 spell slots, right? I can cast the level 1 spell 1 time, and then I only have 3 left for all levels. So I could just cast the level 5 spell 5 times, and it'd be the same amount of, like, reserve. Which sounds good, but you have, like, I think the most you can get, like, at 20th level is, I want to say 10, but I feel like it might even be less than that. And then warlock, wizard. Wizard is really, like, full on, like, just all spells. Like, a wizard is, like, direct. like direct damage spells a lot, or you can go utility. But you have a lot of spells you can cast, but nothing extra. Like warlocks have invocations, wizards have sorcery points that they can use to like change the way their spells work. Marimol's gonna try and swoop in from here. I can tell. There. Aw, dang. Alright. But wizards, they just can use a lot of really powerful spells. And I think that they are the most basic, like, battle spellcasters. So yeah, if you want to, I would recommend Wizard if you want to do a bunch of spells. That was long-winded, but I mean, hey, I'm going to try and explain these the best I can to someone who doesn't know what they're doing. I remember I didn't have like a rule book, like, oh dang it! I keep forgetting that's quieter. Not quieter, but like makes a different noise when it's on your team than when it's on the enemy team. I didn't hear it. But yeah, I didn't have a player's handbook when I first started playing. And I was just playing with a group of friends. And they said that it would be best if I started on Paladin. And so I didn't really know how the game worked very well. And they didn't really know how Paladin worked, and it caused some problems. Because I was a Paladin, but no spells. No spells at all. Like, they just forgot that Paladins could use spells or something.
The outcome is not preordained.
And so, like, I was confused because they didn't explain, like, that you couldn't just do whatever you want as a Paladin. Because, like, I saw that neutral, like, I saw that N, and I was like, on my alignment, and I'm like, hey, what's that? And they're like, neutral. So I can, and then I basically just did whatever. And I really shouldn't have been. So I got kind of screwed over by my friends when I first tried to play, so that's why I try to explain these things, like, the best I can without overcomplicating it. To the point where you're just like, too many words. But yeah, I really like it. I think you should try it.
Group up with me. Come over here.
I've got you in my sights.
Group up with me.
Oh, I thought I had him.
I've got you in my sights.
Alright, what health was he at? 16. Okay.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
Sniper, don't get caught.
Wait, where is this boy at? Alright.
I'm ready to rally. Hey. Come over here.
Goodness, I absolutely hate when my controller just randomly disconnects. I have it plugged in and everything, and it just does that.
The outcome is not preordained.
Thanks for the help with D&D. I think I'm gonna see if I can get a group together of my friends. Okay. Cool, dude. Do any of your friends actually know how to play? Yes, one of them is. Okay, okay. Okay. I ask the one that knows how to play if he would be willing to DM it. Because it is a horrible experience when you're playing with a DM who does not know how to play the game himself.
The cycle begins anew.
So that's like my one big recommendation for starting up. But other than that, I just say have fun with it and just kind of
Group up with me.
embrace it. Like whatever is going on, just kind of embrace it and try and get into it because it's more fun that way. Why did he think he would win that?
Systems are restored. A lesson in humility.
30 seconds
Disquiet in your soul.
Time's running out. Everyone attack. Hiya. Hiya. Hiya.
Really, I really hope those. I really thought that was gonna work. Yeah, they aren't gonna die here. That was smart of him to wait it out.
Pass into the iris. I've got you in my sights. The outcome is not preordained.
I'm on fire.
play of the game.
Alright. Alright, I think that's all you're gonna get from me today. Just a quick 40-minute little stream, 2 games. Why not? As I Yep, so I think that's it for me. I came for the Overwatch streamed. I came for the Overwatch, stayed for the nerd. Great. I proudly accept that title. That's really all I really do is nerd stuff at this point. But I mean, can you really blame me? Like, and then who really actually cares if what you decide is most fun? I don't care. Alright, so see you guys.